What if the towering giants of ancient forests could speak? What stories would they tell of a time when the earth was blanketed with colossal trees, far larger than anything we see today? These trees weren't just tall, they were titans, creating ecosystems so vast and complex that they shaped entire climates. But now, only a few remain, like the redwoods and sequoias of California. Why did these mighty forests vanish? Was it nature, human intervention, or something else entirely? While some species still hold the potential to grow to extraordinary sizes, they need undisturbed centuries and ideal conditions to thrive. So, what exactly changed, and can these ancient giants ever make a comeback? Let's explore the mystery. When the first Europeans set foot in North America, they encountered a land blanketed by towering giants, massive trees that dwarfed anything most people had ever seen. But it wasn't just North America that once boasted these towering titans. Across the globe, from the forests of Europe to the jungles of Malaysia, giants once thrived. There were eucalyptus trees in Tasmania, over 300 feet tall, and in the Himalayan region of India, a spruce grew to an astonishing 275 feet. In Borneo, Malaysia, the tallest tropical tree reached an impressive 330 feet, while in Canada, the Sitka spruce towered at 322 feet. These were not isolated wonders. They were part of a global ecosystem teeming with colossal trees. Yet despite these remaining behemoths, the tallest of which is a redwood standing at 380 feet, these giants are but a fraction of what once was. Scientists believe that, under the right conditions, certain trees could still reach staggering heights up to 425 feet. But what were those conditions, and why don't we see them today? To understand that, we have to look back to the ancient stories of humankind, where these giants played a central role in mythologies and legends. Take the Epic of Gilgamesh, for instance. Thousands of years ago, in what is now Lebanon, there was a vast cedar forest, a home to towering trees so immense they were thought to bridge the realms of gods and men. The mighty Humbaba, a guardian of this sacred forest, was sent by the god Enlil to protect its giant trees. But Gilgamesh, the hero of the epic, did not see them as sacred. With his companion Enkidu, he ventured into the forest, cutting down the tallest trees to build his kingdom of Uruk. The reason? It's not explicitly stated, but it's clear that this was an act of defiance against the gods, a show of human power. By conquering these mighty trees, Gilgamesh challenged the gods' authority, attempting to sever the connection between the divine and the earthly. This destruction of the forest reflects a larger human tendency to conquer nature, a recurring theme in many cultures. Sacred forests were often seen as the boundary between the human and the divine, places where gods interacted with humans. By cutting down these trees, Gilgamesh was not only claiming power, but also severing a bridge between two worlds. Forests were also seen as mysterious, even dangerous places, filled with demons and creatures that preyed on humans. In Japan, the Tengu were believed to haunt the forests, while in other cultures, dark forces were thought to lurk among the towering trees. These forests were not only mysterious, but also sacred, home to powerful psychoactive plants. Just as the Amazon's jungle is a source of potent substances like the ayahuasca vine, ancient forests were rich in plants and mushrooms with the potential to alter consciousness. The Amanita muscaria mushroom, known for its psychoactive effects, was used by shamans across northern Europe for spiritual journeys. But what if these mushrooms and their effects were far more potent in ancient times? What if, in the presence of these towering trees, mushrooms like Amanita muscaria were more powerful and even larger? The symbiotic relationship between these mushrooms and trees could have been key to their potency. As the trees in these ancient forests grew larger and older, perhaps they created the ideal conditions for these powerful fungi to thrive, making their effects far stronger than what we experience today. So, could the destruction of these forests, as told in stories like Gilgamesh, be more than just the cutting down of trees? Could it have been an attempt to sever the ties between the spiritual world and the human world, a loss that echoes through both myth and reality? Perhaps the roots of this destruction run deeper than we realize, stretching back through time, altering not just the landscape, but the very essence of human experience. And so, as we look at the remnants of these ancient forests, we must ask, did humanity's drive to conquer nature rob us of something far more significant than just these trees? Furthermore, across the world, there's a recurring theme in various cultures, the idea of a cosmic tree or a world tree that connects the earth to the heavens. In Hindu and Jain mythology, the cosmic banyan tree stands as a symbol of the universe itself. In Scandinavian lore, we encounter Yggdrasil, the great ash tree at the center of all existence. In Mayan tradition, it's the saber tree, while the Philippines celebrates the cosmic mango tree. These trees were believed to stretch so high into the sky that their branches touched the heavens, while their roots delved deep into the earth, acting as a cosmic bridge between the two realms. One of the most iconic examples is Yggdrasil. Known in Germanic myth as Irminsul, it was said to be the largest tree in Europe, its branches extending across all 9 worlds. Odin himself sought wisdom by hanging from its branches for 9 days and nights, sacrificing himself to gain knowledge of the spiritual realm. This same tree would later be destroyed by Charlemagne, who saw its removal as a triumph of Christianity over paganism, a powerful act that symbolized the conquest of nature and the gods of old. Mesopotamian traditions speak of the Hulupu tree, where the goddess Inanna, or Ishtar, discovers it by the Euphrates River. Impressed by its grandeur, she moves the tree to her sacred garden in Uruk, only to find it infested with supernatural creatures, a serpent, a bird, and the demoness Lilith. Inanna enlists the help of the mighty Gilgamesh, who clears the tree of its threats, and the tree is transformed into sacred objects like her throne and bed. In Hindu and Buddhist traditions, the jambu tree also plays a central role. Located south of Mount Meru, the sacred axis of the world, this tree is said to possess divine qualities. Its massive shade is believed to cover vast regions, and its fruits are so large they resemble elephants. In a stunning tale, it's said that before Buddha meditated beneath the fig tree to reach enlightenment, he first sought solitude under the jambu tree, making it a precursor to his spiritual awakening. Similar sacred trees exist throughout various cultures. The Aztecs revered the tree of the sun and moon, a symbol of the sun god's life-sustaining power. Though details of its story are sparse, Aztec codices depict its branches stretching into the sky, symbolizing its role as a mediator between the earthly and celestial realms. Then there's the upas tree, or the tree of death, in Javanese legend. Found on a mysterious island in the tropics, this tree produces sap so poisonous that it kills anyone who tries to harvest it. But its dangers extend beyond the immediate its presence poisons the surrounding land, preventing other plants from thriving. The legend of the upas tree captivated early European explorers who marveled at its deadly reputation. In the Yosemite region of California, the Miwok people share the tale of the Wawona tree, a giant sequoia revered as a living ancestor.
Sequoias still stand, the oldest living things in the world.
For the Miwok, this tree wasn't just a natural wonder, it was a symbol of their enduring connection to the land. The Wawona tree even became a popular tourist attraction in the late 19th century when a tunnel was carved through its trunk, allowing visitors to drive through. Sadly, the Wawona tree was damaged by fire and fell in 1969, severing the spiritual connection many believed it embodied. There's also the Tree of Life, an enduring symbol in many cultures. In Greek mythology, the tree of life grows on the island of Erythea, a place beyond the known world, protected by Ladon, the fearsome sea serpent. Meanwhile, the Bible's Garden of Eden features two sacred trees, the tree of life and the tree of knowledge. After Adam and Eve's disobedience, they were banished, and an angel was placed to guard the path to the tree of life. This mirrors the role of Humbaba, the giant guardian of the cedar forest in the Epic of Gilgamesh, who protected something far greater than himself. Some have speculated that the Garden of Eden, this sacred land at the world's end, could be America, where vast forests of giant trees once thrived, redwoods, sequoias, and cypress trees among them. These giants were destroyed, despite ancient knowledge of their vital role in the health of the forest ecosystem. Before European settlers arrived, these trees were seen as the embodiment of divine power. They were living, breathing entities, connecting plants through fungi, nurturing rare plants like ayahuasca and magic mushrooms, and hosting spirits or gods. Rituals were performed at their bases, recognizing them as sacred beings. However, these trees became symbols of paganism and animism, seen by colonizers not as sacred, but as obstacles to be conquered. The giants that once embodied the divine were felled to make way for human expansion. Today, a few of these trees remain in California, towering redwoods that evoke a sense of awe and reverence. These trees, some as tall as skyscrapers, are a reminder of the power of nature. Walking among them, it's hard not to feel the weight of history. Some forests even feature petrified redwoods, stone versions of once living giants. Imagine if the whole world had once been covered in such trees. The destruction of these ancient forests raises important questions. Was it simply the growth of modern civilization, or was there a deeper agenda to sever our connection to these sacred spaces, and with it, the powerful medicinal and spiritual properties these trees once offered? What if Buddha hadn't meditated under the sacred fig tree, or if Odin hadn't hung from Yggdrasil? These trees weren't just trees, they were the bridge between humanity and the divine. Thank you for tuning in. Before you leave, subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. We'll see you next time.